For those of you who know about Joseph, his brothers threw him into this pit. I'll be reading some of it, but not in its entirety. So I'll be reading from chapter 37 of Genesis. Genesis 37. In the land of his father's sojournings in the land of Canaan. These are the generations of Jacob. Joseph, being 17 years old, was pasturing the flock with his brothers. So I'm gonna scroll down a little bit more. So he brung a bad report of them to his father. Now Israel loved Joseph more than any of his sons because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a robe of many colors. Now remind you, Joseph is only 17 years old. But when his brothers saw that his father loved him more, they could not speak peacefully to him. Now Joseph had a dream, and when he told it to his brothers, they hated him even more. He said to them, "Hear this dream that I had dreamed. Behold, we were binding sheep in the field, and behold, my sheep arose and stood upright, and your sheaves gathered around that end. And they bowed down to my sheep. His brothers said to him, "Are you indeed to reign over us? Or are you indeed to rule over us?" Now Joseph was a dreamer, and these dreams came to him. And when he let his brother know about these dreams, they hated him even more. But he also told his father about these dreams. And he dreamed another dream, and he told his father about it, and his brothers again. And he said, "Behold, I had another dream. The sun, the moon, and the 7 stars bow down to me." So his brothers hated him even more for that dream. So what really resonated in me about Joseph was how his brothers hated him so much, where in my life I felt as a child I was also hated by my family because I was misunderstood as a child, being bullied by family members, by my cousins, as a little child of 10 years old. So now I'm going to scroll down some more until I can find So bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, because this is going to tell you more about me being in this pit at a very young age. The only difference is between Joseph and I is that he was 17 and I was only 10 years old. So, with what I've been through in my life as a child and being thrown into this pit, just like what happened to Joseph by his brothers. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm talking to God right now. So as Joseph's brothers plotted against him to kill him, even though my family never plotted against me to kill me, but they threw me in this pit. And what I'm about to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, is me and my story as a 10-year-old little child. No one knows what I've been through other than one, my beautiful Debbie. My own mother doesn't know what happened to me as a child. But before getting thrown into this pit, I was abused, beaten, strangled until I pass out. But as a 10-year-old little child fighting against a 16-year-old boy, I fought and fought until I couldn't fight anymore. Just like Joseph being thrown into this pit and having the robe of many colors taken away from him, from his brothers. And even though I wasn't sold for 20 shekels of silver, but I felt so just hurt in my heart for Joseph and what he went through. Ladies and gentlemen, as I was beaten, strangled, and torn of my robe, I was also raped as a little boy. And I'm sharing this story with you so that it can help someone. Because as a little boy naked in this pit, I already knew who God was as a 10-year-old little child. And I cried in this pit, screaming out to God. God, help me. God, save me. I'm on my knees throwing myself. Please, please. as a child, not really knowing, but knowing who God is, because with my mother's faith and who she is. But I never told no one, not even her. So as I cried out and prayed while being in this pit, I felt hands upon me. And I look up, and it is Him, God. And He gets down on His knees, and He says to me, son, don't cry. I know what happened to you is wrong. But keep your faith and your belief in me, because what you went through today, I am sorry that this has happened. But He will pay for His sins. So as a boy, as a little child, my God, my Father, took me out of this pit. Took me out of this pit. And I started going to church, trying to find my way closer to Him, even though He took me out of this pit. But He also reminded me that as I believe in Him, there's going to be more in my life that I'm going to eventually fall back in. So as a child, I went to church. And I was also bullied in church. You wouldn't never think, being in a church with other children, other teenagers, you wouldn't get bullied. But I was, because I was very quiet. I only spoke when spoken to. I never spoken to anyone because of what I've been through about being raped. So I closed myself to everyone. But I also prayed in my heart and in my mind that things will get better in life. Now, for those of you who don't also know, this went on in my life for 1 whole year of being beaten and being raped. And as a 10-year-old fighting a 16-year-old, there's no wins in that. He's stronger than me. He's bigger than me. But as life goes on, I kept my faith in Him throughout the years. And even though now I still fall into this pit, I still keep my faith. I still stand strong. I don't kneel down in this pit no longer. I climb out of it. I climb out of it because the way I know that God loves me and I love Him and I keep my faith in Him, I take everything, and instead of me falling into this pit, I throw everything into it. My heart attack, my sight loss, my anger, my hate, I throw into this pit my robe because it's been tarnished. I throw into this pit so many things that's happened in my life. But I don't fall into that pit like that no more because of my faith and my love for him. I pray for my cousin who raped me. I forgive him. I do not throw him into the pit. Because even though he did what he did, he is still flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. And God has taught me to forgive and to give love, to share love. So even when a person doesn't care about me or disrespects me, I usually will be quick to snap very quickly among whoever disrespects me. But now I talk to God and ask him, how shall I speak? And God tells me, show them love, show them respect, teach them my word. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've ever been through what I've been through as a child, keep living your life with him. Keep your heart open, your soul, your spirit, your mind, your body open to him. Leave all of your worries, your suffering to him. I pray that my story can help you no matter what you go through in your life, no matter what heartaches you have. If you fall into this pit like I have, give yourself to him. Because one day, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but when his time is right for you, he will do what he does. You just have to be patient. So, with that being said, God bless everyone who is under the sound of my voice. I pray that God blesses your home, your family, your heart, and your soul, and the temple that he gave your soul to walk in. God bless everyone. And I pray you're feeling blessed every day, no matter what you go through. Amen.